Hi, welcome to our assembly for today. I wonder, can you remember what Monday's assembly was all about? We were looking for something in particular, looking for particular signs of something. So see if you can remind your partner, have a quick whisper to your partner now. Tell me, put your hand up, tell your teacher, what was our assembly about? That's right, it was about signs of autumn. So here is your challenge, okay? Can you remember what global goals we were talking about when we were talking about our signs of autumn? There's a question for you. Can you remember what global goals we were talking about? So here are, my computer's being silly again, 12 global goals. There are 17 global goals even. Which ones of those were to do with signs of autumn? Have a quick chat in the class, see what you can think. And hopefully we've got these answers. We talked about zero hunger because we talk about the harvest at this time of year. We talked about good health and well-being because it makes you happy when you see all these autumn signs. About clean water and sanitation, and goodness knows we've seen lots of clean water coming from the sky this week. Decent work and economic growth because it's about the farmers bringing in the harvest and getting the food to the shops, and industry making sure that we can actually get the things to the shops. And we've seen that in the news this week about shortages of tanker drivers, about responsible consumption and production because it's about producing the food and making sure that we don't waste what we have. And climate action and life below water and life on land, they're so closely linked because it's about looking after the environment. Really, really important stuff. And then if we have those things, if we can work together to do all of those things, then we have that peace and justice. Okay, so that is a little bit about our global goals, and I'm sure you got them all right. Now, we talked about different signs of autumn on Monday. And what I'm going to do is I found the most amazing book. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really, really lovely. And all I'm going to do is read it. But the pictures are amazing. And there's so much that you can talk about in the pictures. So it's going to be up to you guys to put your hand up and say, what's that bit mean, to your teacher? And you can stop and talk about it. Or it might be that your teacher just thinks, do you know what, that picture's absolutely fantastic. Shush, Mr. Boot, we want to have a look at the pictures and talk a little bit more about what's going on. Okay, so the book I'm going to read to you today, let me find, here we go. It's called A Seed is Sleepy. Now, I am going to just read it, and there is masses and masses of stuff in here. So it might be worth a bit of a stop to talk with the children about what's going on. There's lots of different types of seeds. Lots of different types of seeds. And some of them are things that we've heard of, like sunflower seed here down at the bottom. But this is an American book. And some of these seeds are things that you might find in other countries. So we've got papaya. We've got wild coffee, we've got sea heart, we've got turpentine broom, things that we don't get in the UK. And there's things that we do get, that's a bit of sweet corn or a bean. What else have we got? There was something else from the UK, strawberry seed. There we go. So there's lots of different things. A seed is sleepy. A seed is sleepy. It lies there, tucked inside its flowers, on its cone or beneath the soil, snug, still. A seed is secretive. It doesn't reveal itself too quickly. Most seeds sleep through a season or two, waiting for the warmer temperatures of spring, but some take their time. 10 years might pass before the bright red-orange seed of the Texas mountain laurel shows its purple blooms. A seed is fruitful. 90% of the plants on Earth are flowering plants. Flowering plants produce fruits of all shapes and textures that keep the seeds cozy until they've found the right place to grow. A seed is naked. Yes, naked. Who would guess that a seed as small as a freckle would grow into the world's tallest tree? Only 10% of redwood trees begin as seeds, though. Most redwood trees spring from existing trees. Scientists call gymnosperms, seeds that aren't clothed in fruits, naked seeds. Most naked seeds hide themselves on the scales of cones until they're ready to make a dash for the ground. Look at the size of that tree, it's absolutely enormous. Seeds come in many sizes. The orchid seed is the smallest of all. There might be 1 million seeds in one pod. The seed of the Coco de Mer palm is the largest. It can weigh up to 60 pounds. A seed is adventurous. It must strike out on its own in search of a less crowded place to put down roots. So we have here a parachute with the dandelion, a fine silky hairs. That parachute could take a dandelion seed 100 miles from its parent plant. Put your hand up if you had a dandelion clock, dandelion seed head, and you blown and counted 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like that. Well, those little dandelion seeds will travel 100 miles. It's incredible to think about. They have enough air inside them to help them float. Oops, I've missed. The problem is with books like this, sometimes you need to read the bit on the left first, and sometimes you need to read the bit at the top first. Drift seeds float on the ocean currents from one shore to another. They have enough air inside to help them float, and their thick protective shells keep out seawater. Floating seeds. A seed is inventive. To find a spot to grow, a seed might leap from its pod, or cling to a child's shoestring, or tumble through a bear's belly. A seed hopes to land where there is plenty of sunlight, soil, and water. So there's lots of different ways for seeds to be dispersed. A seed is generous. It gives the baby plant or embryo a seed coat to help it to keep it warm. The embryo's first meal comes from its seed leaves, or cotyledons. Seeds with 1 seed leaf, like corn, are called monocots. Seed with 2 seed leaves, like beans, are called dicots. And there you can see the bean and how it's growing over a period of 5 weeks, how long it takes rice to grow, or a pumpkin, and a teak tree. 1 year to get to that height, 100 years to be fully grown. Wow. Some seeds are ancient. Not all seeds are eager to germinate. Some have lain dormant or slept undisturbed for more than 1,000 years. The oldest known seed to sprout comes from an extinct date palm tree. After it was unearthed from a long ago king's mountaintop palace in Israel, a scientist planted it, and 4 weeks later it sprouted. That's incredible. A seed is thirsty and hungry. Once a seed has shed its coat, it drinks in the rain, the dew, and yesterday's icicles. It feasts on minerals in the soil. Part of the seed, the root, feels the tug of gravity and digs down deep. Another part of the seed, the shoot, is sensitive to light, so it reaches for the sun. A seed is clever. It knows to seek the sunlight, to push itself up, up, up through the soil. But it must wait a while before that happens. Plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Inside plant leaves are cells containing chemicals that absorb sunlight. Light gives them the energy they need to turn water and carbon dioxide, a gas in the air, into food. A seed is sleepy, but only until it's found a place in the sun, and it has had its breakfast and a drink of water. And then a seed is awake. That's such a lovely book. It's absolutely gorgeous. On the front page, we had all the pictures of the seeds, and here we've got all the different things that they grow into. And there is so much in this book to have a look at and to have a think about. It's really, really good. Whilst I've bought this as a Kindle book, I think what we'll do is buy a copy that we can put in the library for people to have a look at as well, because it is really, really nice to share this sort of thing. And I've really enjoyed, I've actually learned some new words. Okay, I learned some bits I didn't know about. And I've really, really enjoyed seeing all those lovely pictures. And I'm going to have a bit of a wander around tomorrow, and I'm going to see if I can spot some of those seeds. I'm going to see if I can spot things on the ground. I found conkers on the ground for the first time. I went for a walk near my house, and there were some sweet chestnuts. And you've seen my friend's dog Leah in some of the assembly videos. Well, she likes to eat sweet chestnuts, and she was trying to eat these spiky chestnuts, and she got them hanging out of her mouth. It was ridiculous. I don't know why she was doing it, but she likes eating conkers and sweet chestnuts. I found them near my house. If I planted one, I might end up with a horse chestnut tree in my garden. So I want to see if you can find some other signs of autumn as you're going around your days today. Have a look around and have a think. And have a think about how amazing it is. And see if you can take a moment out of your day when you're not running around, when you're not thinking about your maths lesson or what your phonics are today. Have a look around and see if you can be grateful for what we have around us. See if you can say thank you for the trees, or thank you for the changing colours of the leaves. See if you can be grateful for what you've got. Have a lovely, lovely day today, guys. Enjoy conker hunting or seed hunting or whatever you choose to do. I'll see you around school. Bye-bye.